A gentle morning begins at the waterfall, where cool mist dances over mossy stones and quiet nature awakens. The air tastes of stone, leaves, and rain, inviting him to listen before he tries to move. Sky steps onto the slippery rock, determined to master his balance, while the cool river water flows below. He falls into the water with a splash, yet he remains patient, ready to climb back up once more. Water streams from his sleeves as he smiles faintly, accepting the fall as part of the lesson. From the river bank, his mentor watches silently, knowing that true strength is forged through many small failures. Slowly, he stands again, focusing on his breathing, letting the cold water wash away his lingering, restless energy. Each breath becomes a small lantern in his chest, guiding him away from frustration and back to discipline. Jane arrives with warm tea, offering a quiet moment of respite during the long, arduous morning of training. In the cool air, he sips his tea, watching the waterfall, learning the rhythm of the rushing current. The warmth in his palms reminds him that gentleness can support courage as surely as any command. With renewed focus, he finds his center again, standing firmly where the water meets the solid ancient stone. Finally, his stance holds perfectly as he mimics the stillness of the mountain amidst the rushing water. For the first time, he senses that balance is not something forced, but something quietly invited. By midday, the bright sunlight warms the stones, illuminating the path he must continue to walk today. He practices deep, rhythmic breathing, allowing the chaos of the waterfall to fall away from his mind. A subtle nod from his teacher confirms that the first step toward true mastery is finally being understood. Alexander does not speak loudly. His silence itself becomes a lesson, calm and firm beside the roaring falls. Beside him, Jane performs her forms with graceful precision, her patience mirroring the gentle flow of the nearby stream. He observes her steady pace, learning that strength comes from not rushing but from living in every movement. Her steps seem to answer the river, neither resisting nor surrendering, simply moving with careful awareness. During their simple lunch, they sit in comfortable silence, feeling the vibrant life of the forest around them. As the afternoon wanes, Sky stretches his limbs, feeling ready to face the challenge with a calm heart. He fights the slippery surface with patience, his feet gripping the mossy rock as the water surges past. Again and again, he adjusts his stance, learning how tiny corrections can change the course of everything. His gaze is clear, focused on the horizon, embodying the calm stillness he has finally managed to cultivate. Moving closer, his teacher watches with pride, seeing the transformation from restless effort to a calm, grounded spirit. The mentor notices how Sky no longer fights the water with anger, but listens to it with respect. As the golden sun begins to set, the waterfall glows with warmth, marking the end of a transformative day. Jane packs the tea set with care, savoring the peaceful twilight hours before they depart for the night. Standing in the cooling breeze, he feels the weight of the day lift, replaced by a deep inner calm. Orange light dances on the surface of the pool, reflecting the quiet triumph of a long day's work. They walk away from the waterfall, leaving the rocks and the water to sing their own quiet song. The winding forest path is peaceful, bathed in the last remnants of the fading, warm summer sunlight. Walking home, he breathes in the cool night air, feeling the newfound stillness settle deep within his chest. Every leaf along the trail seems quieter now, as if the forest recognizes the calm he carries home. Night descends upon the forest, wrapping the world in velvet shadows and the soft light of the moon. In the moonlight, he stands perfectly still, practicing the patience that he learned throughout the long day. Watching from the shadows, Jane shares in his quiet focus, recognizing the strength of his newfound calm mind. She understands that his victory is not the stance alone, but the patience he now chooses again and again. The waterfall continues to flow into the night, a constant reminder of the patience needed for true strength. He looks up at the moon, feeling a deep sense of contentment and readiness for the coming challenge. Jane prepares the final cup of tea, her movements steady as the night air cools around them all. In the quiet warmth of their gathering, they rest together, sharing the simple, sacred comfort of the night. No one rushes to fill the silence, because the silence itself feels generous, wise, and deeply alive. A soft breeze rustles the forest leaves, carrying the whispers of the night as they finally begin resting. Bright stars shine above the mountain, watching over the forest as the world finds its quiet, nightly peace. Morning arrives with a soft blue light, waking the forest and calling them back to their steady practice. He begins his morning routine with ease, finding his center on the stone as the water rushes nearby. Jane and Sky practice in perfect sync, their combined focus creating a beautiful, steady harmony on the rocks. Their movements rise and fall like paired breaths, showing how discipline can become friendship when shared with trust. Seeing them practice, Alexander smiles, knowing that the lessons of patience are finally bearing fruit for all. He holds a difficult pose, his mind as still as the mountain, unfazed by the rushing water below. His muscles ache, but his mind remains clear, resting in the space between effort and surrender. The waterfall surges, but Sky remains rooted, unmoved by the chaos of the rising, rushing river water. His balance is absolute, a testament to the long hours of patience and deep, controlled, rhythmic breathing. Under the high midday sun, the world feels bright and clear, matching his spirit and his steady heart. Even the stones beneath his feet seem warmer, as though the earth itself approves of his steady practice. He takes a short break to catch his breath, feeling the refreshing coolness of the water on his skin. Observing his growth, Alexander knows that Sky has moved past the need for force, choosing stillness instead. He returns to his practice, ready to refine his movements further with even greater, more focused patience. Now, he notices details he once ignored: the pull of water, the angle of stone, the timing of breath. They practice together, flowing with each other's energy, demonstrating that real strength is fluid and soft. A gentle laugh shared between them lightens the air, deepening their connection as companions on this path. In this moment, he realizes that his true power lies not in his muscles, but in his calm. This realization settles quietly inside him, changing the way he sees both training and the wider world. The golden afternoon light bathes the entire forest in a glow that seems to celebrate their long progress. As the sunset paints the sky in vibrant colors, they know the time for their final test nears. The coming test no longer feels like an enemy, but like a doorway waiting to be crossed. Jane packs their things away, her movements slow and deliberate as the day transitions into the coming night. Looking at the water one final time, he remembers every struggle and realizes how far he has come. With a reassuring pat on the shoulder, his teacher confirms his readiness for the challenges that lie ahead. Sky bows with gratitude, knowing that approval means responsibility, not the end of his practice. They walk home through the forest, the cool night air refreshing their spirits as they return once more. Fireflies begin to glow, lighting the path through the forest, leading them slowly toward their quiet home. He pauses to watch a single firefly land on his hand, appreciating the small, quiet wonders of nature. Walking behind them, Alexander watches the growth of his students, feeling a deep, quiet contentment for them. He remembers the first fall at the waterfall and quietly honors the courage it took to stand again. The moon hangs high above the mountain peaks, casting a silver light upon the world as they rest. Sitting on the porch, he gazes into the forest, his heart calm and ready for the day ahead. Jane gently covers him with a blanket, offering a simple act of care in the cool night air. Her kindness carries no grand speech, only the steady warmth of someone who believes in his path. The small cottage glows warmly in the darkness, a safe haven where peace is found in every corner. Closing his eyes, he drifts into a deep, peaceful sleep, ready for the test he must soon face. A gentle night wind whispers through the trees, singing a lullaby to the world as it sleeps soundly. A single drop of dew slides down a leaf, a small, beautiful moment in the quiet darkness of night. The soft light of the moon creates a hazy atmosphere, wrapping the cottage in a blanket of calm. In his dreams, he flows with the water, understanding the lesson of balance that he has finally learned. Dream water carries him without fear, and every ripple becomes a teacher showing him where to soften. The night deepens, and the forest stands silent, waiting for the new day to bring its true test. The first light of dawn paints the horizon in soft pinks, signaling that the day has finally arrived. Sky wakes feeling refreshed, his body and mind aligned. Ready to face whatever the new day brings him, he moves more slowly than before, not from hesitation, but from a confidence that no longer needs to hurry. Jane hands him a warm cup of morning tea, a grounding start before their journey to the final test. Ready and composed, they prepare themselves for the final challenge, their bond stronger than it has ever been. Looking at his own hands, he sees not just a student, but a master of his own inner strength. The boy, who once chased strength outside himself, now recognizes the quiet power already rooted within him. Walking toward the golden light, they begin their final path, confident in the peace they have found together. The lush forest surrounds them, a living testament to the harmony they have learned to cultivate within themselves. He takes one last look at the waterfall, grateful for the lessons it provided during his long journey. The water seems unchanged, yet to him it now appears like an old friend who taught him patience. With their lessons kept in their hearts, they walk forward toward the bright, new future waiting ahead. The waterfall flows on, a beautiful, eternal song of nature, celebrating the strength of a